Okay, today I want to discuss what I believe is the most significant geopolitical event of this century so far. Many people are misunderstanding what is truly taking place. Tomorrow, Donald Trump will travel to Beijing to meet Xi Jinping. When most people hear this, they assume it is simply a trade meeting about tariffs or semiconductors. Some may think they will discuss the Iran war, exchange formalities, shake hands, and return home without any real change. That assumption is completely incorrect. What is happening in Beijing is not merely a trade negotiation or a diplomatic courtesy. It is a meeting between the two most powerful leaders in the world to determine the direction of the 21st century. That is the real issue at stake. I want to explain this carefully because once you understand the deeper dynamics, you will never view this meeting the same way again. First, we must understand the context each leader brings into the meeting. Starting with Trump, he is entering from a position of strategic weakness. Although the United States remains the strongest military power in the world, military strength and strategic strength are not identical. Strategically, the situation is difficult. In recent months, America entered a war with Iran. The outcome did not unfold as expected. Iran did not surrender or collapse. Instead, it closed the Strait of Hormuz, through which approximately 20% of global oil flows. As a result, the global economy felt immediate pressure. Oil prices rose, supply chains were disrupted, and public support in the United States declined further. Trump now needs an exit from this conflict. However, he cannot secure that exit alone. He requires assistance. The only global actor capable of influencing Iran in a meaningful way is Xi Jinping, because China is Iran's largest oil buyer and most important economic partner. If China signals to Iran that it should return to negotiations, Iran is likely to respond, not because China commands it, but because China's economic relationship is vital to Iran's survival. Therefore, Trump is traveling to Beijing to request help. When someone asks for help, especially urgently, their negotiating position is weaker. This imbalance of necessity shapes the entire meeting. Trump needs this meeting more than Xi does, and both leaders understand that reality. Now consider Xi's position, which is almost the opposite. He enters from a position of confidence. Although China has also been affected by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, the country prepared in advance. Over the years, China built substantial strategic oil reserves and diversified its energy infrastructure, including nuclear, solar, and wind power. When the strait closed, China experienced disruption, but it was not destabilized. It had reserves and alternative systems in place. Many other economies were more vulnerable. Moreover, prolonged disruption of oil markets accelerates global transitions toward renewable energy and electric technologies, industries in which China is highly dominant. China leads in electric vehicles, solar panels, battery storage, and related technologies. In a sense, global energy instability strengthens China's long-term position in the emerging energy economy. Time, therefore, favors China's strategic trajectory. To illustrate this dynamic, imagine two poker players. One player has been losing all night, is under pressure, and must win to recover losses and satisfy expectations. The other player has strong cards, ample resources, and is not desperate. Even if the first player's hand appears acceptable, desperation shifts the balance of power. The player who needs the outcome most often loses leverage. That comparison reflects the situation between Trump and Xi. Trump wants several outcomes. First, he wants China to use its influence to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz, as high oil prices are damaging the American economy and increasing political pressure. Second, he wants China to increase purchases of American energy exports, particularly oil and liquefied natural gas, to demonstrate the success of his energy strategy. Third, he needs to present the meeting as a clear victory to domestic audiences. Xi, however, has different priorities. One major issue concerns Taiwan. China would like the United States to adjust its official wording regarding Taiwan independence. A small linguistic change could signal a significant shift in policy interpretation, potentially altering regional strategic perceptions. Another key area is rare earth materials. China processes a large majority of global rare earth elements, which are essential for semiconductors, advanced electronics, military systems, electric vehicles, and artificial intelligence technologies. China has used this leverage in trade disputes and would prefer to maintain it. At the same time, the United States restricts the export of advanced AI chips to China. Xi may seek access to such technology in exchange for concessions on rare earth supplies. However, such exchanges carry long-term implications. Advanced AI technology is not purely economic. It has military applications influencing surveillance systems, autonomous weapons, and strategic capabilities. Any transfer of this technology could accelerate shifts in global power balance. Historically, when a declining power meets a rising power, diplomatic negotiations often reflect structural transitions. After World War II, Britain depended heavily on American support. While Britain received short-term assistance, it gradually lost global dominance, and its empire declined. This pattern of incremental shifts over time is common in transitions between major powers. In this context, each negotiation may appear minor, but cumulative changes can alter global architecture. Adjustments in Taiwan language, technology access, rare earth dependencies, and arms policies may seem small individually, yet together they can reshape long-term influence in Asia. Both countries also have incentives to avoid complete instability. China benefits from a functioning global economy that continues to purchase its exports. Therefore, both sides are likely to seek an outcome that appears successful domestically. Public announcements may highlight trade progress or stability, and markets may respond positively. However, deeper structural trends will continue regardless of immediate headlines. China will continue advancing in strategic technologies. Taiwan will remain a central issue. Energy transitions will progress, and the broader competition over global economic leadership will persist. Observers should pay attention to several indicators: changes in language regarding Taiwan independence, adjustments to AI chip export restrictions, developments in rare earth trade, and any coordination related to Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. Additionally, currency dynamics are important. The long-term question involves whether global trade networks increasingly incorporate China's financial systems and whether the role of the US dollar evolves over time. At the deepest level, this meeting concerns long-term global leadership. It is not only about tariffs, oil, or short-term agreements. It is about strategic positioning for the decades ahead. This analysis is based on structural trends and historical patterns, not prediction. Outcomes will depend on the decisions made during and after the meeting. Observing the results carefully will reveal whether these dynamics unfold as described. Tomorrow's meeting in Beijing may appear routine in headlines, but it could represent an important moment in the broader trajectory of global power in the 21st century.